I dumped my girlfriend whom my family adored because she joked about poking holes in my protection when she knew I always wanted to be child-free, and she will never know the reason why. My ex, 25F, and I, 23M, were together for just under 8 months, and we clicked really well. We got along like a house on fire from the moment we met. We had a lot in common, from our morals and goals to our taste in music. My family? They love her, probably more than they love me. My mom wanted a daughter so badly growing up, and she had 4 sons before she gave up. It was probably 3 months ago now when we were on the couch while I watched a movie and she scrolled through TikTok. Not a TikTok hate post, scrolling can be fun, I'm just more of a YouTube guy. She showed me a video of a man holding his son and dancing to a song. She laughed and said something about how good I would look as a dad, which was pretty weird considering, as far as I knew, we were both child-free by choice. God knows I am. I tried to take it as a joke and mentioned that it was too bad, so sad she would never know. I thought she would respond with something about how there's nothing sad about avoiding it. She had never given me any indication before this that she wanted children. Then she started giggling this evil giggle and said something like, I don't know, it only takes one broken condom, in this sing-song voice that, I'm not even joking, gave me goosebumps. The implication was clear in her tone. Was she making a joke about poking holes in condoms? To me? For real? I tried to laugh it off, but it made me so uncomfortable. Like, skin-crawling levels of discomfort. After that, my intimate interest in her was entirely gone. It was like I processed her as a threat or something. To be entirely honest, my libido in general is entirely gone. It still hasn't come back. It feels like it's hibernating or something, waiting for the scary lady to be gone. I know what you're thinking, why didn't you communicate? I tried, a couple of times, but when she said, oh my god, I was kidding, you big baby, she never denied that the joke was about that. I dropped it and stopped bringing it up. I didn't think it was worth the fight at that point because, while I still care about her a lot, I do not feel comfortable even going to sleep around her, and there's no way that we'll mesh with a healthy relationship. If there's no trust, there's no relationship, that's how I feel, right? So, I broke up with her. When I told her, I said it was because I really needed to focus on myself. I didn't see a point in telling her the real reason, it would have just pissed her off. As it is, she seemed to take it in stride, not angry or overly upset, so that's good. My family is more heartbroken than I am, and I haven't been great. They're begging me to reconsider, not that I would. There's no way in hell I'm telling them anything. My mother would be beside herself, thinking, grandchildren, please son, give me grandchildren. More than that, I know even my dad, who doesn't care about grandchildren and recognizes he's more likely to get them from my younger siblings, would call me out for overreacting. So they got the same story she did. It's frustrating because I know it was just a joke, but it was also upsetting and sad. I know I'm overreacting, but in the moment it felt like my only option, and I really don't want to take it back even if I am. I know you may think I'm paranoid, and I probably am, but I just could not stop thinking about it. After she told that joke, I think it was going to end one way or another, so I'm glad it ended on decent terms instead of trying to stay and fix everything until I hated her. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but like I said, I have no one to talk to about this because being unreasonable in real life is like a criminal arrest, and I'm trying to avoid another of that particular black mark on my reputation. Anyway, off to research vasectomies because I will not be entering another relationship or becoming active with anyone until then, haha. Op in the comments. I am the eldest, and the next oldest is 16. You would be correct in thinking that a lot of the reason I don't want children is related to this. My dad and I get along okay now, but my mom and I still fight about it a lot because, the way she sees it, it was my responsibility to take care of my brothers the way I did, and it's just the way things are. Apparently, when I have kids, I'll know. My mother had been a stay-at-home mom, but I still remember how my list of chores would grow each time she got pregnant. By the time I was in middle school, I was in charge of the youngest two anytime I was home. If they got into anything or caused trouble, I was the one who got punished, and my mom's belt or my dad's board was the lawnmower. Edit, I also want to defend my mother a little, or maybe explain why I haven't gone no contact. The reason she thinks it's the responsibility of the oldest is because that is how she, an eldest sibling herself, was raised. On top of that, I think she suffered pretty heavily from postpartum depression during this time. I don't think my mother is some heartless monster or even a lazy parent. I think she was going through a hard time mentally and handled it the best she knew how, which was to lean on someone she shouldn't have, me. I just want to add this because this post has gotten a lot of attention, and I don't want anyone to think poorly of her for something that was out of her control. I don't blame my brothers for any of this. Hell, we joke around about it. I still talk to and see them regularly, and we actually have a trip planned to go fishing out of state in a couple of months. I love them more than anything, so I get a little defensive when people start acting like they know anything about them or me. I know I should work on that too, but it's a problem. I know I should go to therapy, and I've tried, but there aren't many options without a waitlist near me, so I'm kind of at a standstill. The fact is, even if therapy changed my fears, I know what I want from life, and it isn't children. I've done my time changing diapers and such, and I really don't want to go back to the most miserable time in my life. Before anyone asks, yes, my ex knew all of this. Update 1. Well, I never thought I would update, but here I am, lol. I thought I had lost the password to this account and everything, but it was saved in the notes on my laptop. This isn't much of an update, but I can say that I did end up telling my friends more about the breakup, after I found out my ex is trying for a baby with her new boyfriend, who is also her ex. I wasn't stalking her to get this information. I live in a small town, and 2 of my friends came to me and told me. They said they didn't want me to find out from someone else, but I didn't really care outside of the relief that now I was sure she wasn't pregnant during the breakup. This had been giving me nightmares, which have now calmed down. Apparently, both of my friends thought I would react badly to the information and spiral or something, whatever. I know a lot of people said I overreacted to a joke and was a cruel-hearted misogynist trying to control her body and everything else, but this just confirmed to me that she was never joking. I mean, it's been a little over 2 months since the breakup, and she's trying to have a baby. I'm not angry at her anymore. In fact, I'm happy for her because if this is what she wants, good for her. I just wish she could have told me sooner so as not to waste either of our time. I've been working on getting a vasectomy, but as of now, it hasn't happened yet. As I mentioned in the last post, I won't be intimately or romantically active to any degree with anyone but my hand until that's completed. I think I'm lightly traumatized. This is a joke, you can laugh. What else? I'm thinking about getting a new dog? I have nothing else to add here, but thanks anyway. Op in the comments. So yeah, about the vasectomy, I explained it in the last post to a degree, but I didn't really get into my medical anxiety. I have it a lot, and even when I made my last post, I knew I was going to have to get one because I realized trusting someone else with my future, no matter how trustworthy they may seem, isn't enough. I have never, and never intend to, smash without a condom. Even after the vasectomy, every woman I've been with intimately has expressed that they are also child-free and are on birth control of some kind. I am not into taking chances. I wouldn't mentally be able to handle having a child, and I would be a terrible father. I knew it was my time to take it into my own hands after the last time, but I was still extremely nervous to the point I was considering becoming celibate just to avoid the possibility altogether. It was actually the men, and wives of men, on Reddit who reached out after my last post and explained that they understood the nerves and they were natural, but that it really wasn't as scary or as painful as it sounds. I am very thankful for that because it helped me get up the balls, pun not intended, to bring it up with my doctor and start the process. Some even gave me advice on how to deal with the healing process, which I have fully taken under advisement. I'm hoping that afterward I feel the same way they do, confused and frustrated with myself as to why I didn't do it sooner.